all the nominees to determine the stability for the position for which they were nominated. The nominees were asked questions that bordered mostly on the integrity, landmark, contribution, or achievement as commissioners in the case of returning nominees, opinion on the introduction of card readers, beavers, electronic voting, transmissions, etc. All questions were asked them and they proved to be sound and they answered the questions properly. Mr. President, we have only received one petition in regard to Major General Abia Alkali. But through the media, after we have submitted our report, we are hearing news on different persons again. Well, let me read this. The committee received a petition from Taraba Elders Forum against the nomination of Major General Abia Alkali retired over the seeming inconsistency in the rotation of the nomination. According to petition, the nomination started from Taraba 2003 to 2008, Commissioner from Taraba, Adamawa 2 from 2008 to 2015, Gombe in 2015 to 2021. The expectation is that the fair thing should do to rotate the nominees from Taraba, not any other state but Taraba. Writing to this, the committee resolved that all the three states, Taraba, Adamawa, and Gombe, had been nominated and benefited between 2003 to 2021. And it is therefore the prerogative of Mr. President to pick his nominee from any of the three states. So therefore, we didn't consider that petition. The members of the committee commended the nominees' impressive curriculum by Chief CB and Secretary answers to the question posed, and therefore recommend that Malam Muhammad Haruna, Mrs. May Mbu, Ukeagu Kenneth Nnamdi, Major General Abia Alkali, Engineer Professor Roda Bumul, Mr. Sam Olumekun MNA, and Olani Olali Ijalai be confirmed by the Senate of the Republic of Nigeria as National Electoral Commissioners and the Resident Electoral Commissioner REC of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC. My distinguished colleagues, on behalf of the members of the committee, I wish to most sincerely thank the President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmed Lawan, and other principal officers, and indeed the entire distinguished members of this Senate, for giving the Senate Committee on Independent Electoral Commission INEC the opportunity to serve in this regard. We thank you all. I so move. Thank you, Mr. President.
The DSP.
Of the Omo Agege Delta Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, I'd like to begin by thanking the Gaya-led committee on INEC for a terrific job they've done and have always done. Mr. President, this will not be my first time in rising to speak on INEC nominations from Mr. President. Mr. President, it's always been my position that elections have consequences. That the moment a candidate traverses the nooks and crannies, the length and breadth of this country, marketing their manifestos and why they should be elected to office, the moment the Nigerian electorate has the opportunity to make that decision, the winner has a right to work with whoever he chooses, subject, of course, to the qualifications and disqualification provisions of the Nigerian Constitution. Mr. President, for that reason, I want to commend President Muhammadu Buhari for these nominations, all 7 of them. These are very, very well accomplished people. The nomination is very well reasoned, and frankly, like before, I never expected anything less from Mr. President. Mr. President, sometime in 2016, I stood up here to speak on behalf of our nominee from Delta State in 2016. Speaking of Mrs. May Agbamuche-Mbu. Mr. President, when I stood up at the time, I argued that her nomination was a nomination that had the backing of the entire Delta State, the 3 senatorial districts. For so many reasons, Mr. President, including but not limited to her intellect, her experience, especially as a lawyer, and also her integrity and her family heritage. Mr. President, the name Agbamuche in the legal circles in Nigeria and Delta State particularly is a very, very big name, a name known to everyone. So at that time, Mr. President, we didn't have any iota of doubt that she would do well if confirmed as National Commissioner. Mr. President, I stand here today full of pride that Mrs. May Agbamuche-Mbu has not disappointed us as Deltans. She has served with distinction in her first tenure, and Mr. President has also recognized the distinction in her service, and that is why she has been re-nominated. Once again, Mr. President, I stand here again, this time even full of bigger pride, to support this nomination. Mr. President, I have not had a chance to meet with all of them, but like I said, they are all very well qualified, going through their CVs and looking at their accomplishment. But I also like to speak just a little to commend the nomination of Mr. Kenneth Nnamdi Ukeagu from Abia State. One of the reasons I'm very, very intrigued about this appointment, this nomination, Mr. President, is that this will be the first time we're having, an establishment-grown product being nominated. I think Kenneth Ukeagu, my memory serves me very right, was one of the pioneer staff right there of INEC. And he has served with distinction in so many capacities, in the logistics and the last procurement. Kenneth Ukeagu is a personal friend. I know him very well. I know he will serve with distinction. So once again, Mr. President, I commend Mr. President for his nomination, and then request all of our colleagues to confirm all 7 of the nominees as recommended by Mr. President. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Mr. President.
Very highly respected colleagues, James Ebio, War Manager, CON Delta South. Mr. President, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. Immediately after my brother, His Excellency, the Deputy Senate President. I may not have the luxury to speak. But Mr. President, the fact remains that all that he has said about these nominations, they are correct. Mr. President, I want to thank the President for nominating people of integrity and capacity. Because even when there is a petition from Taraba elders as exposed by the committee, It's not about the integrity of the nominee. It's about rotation. And so the committee itself did not find anything difficult in dismissing the petition. So Mr. President has done well for the nominations of these very prominent and eminent Nigerians. And I want to also thank the committee ably led by Senator Gaya from Kano. While the work was being done at the committee level, somehow I veered into that particular committee meeting, and I saw them very busy, thoroughly doing the job given to them by the Senate. I sat down there for a long time, and I saw senators who really meant business, and they did well. Gaya and your colleagues, you have done justice to the work given to you by this Senate. Thank you very much for turning in this report very promptly. Because everything about INEC is on the front burner in this country today because elections are pending. Mr. President, my highly respected colleagues, the nominees, as said by the Deputy Senate President, are people who have distinguished themselves in their various, places of work. And therefore, today, we are clearing them to do the job God has given them to do. And why I'm saying God has given them the job to do is that the job of an umpire, must be thoroughly biased, unbiased. The job of an umpire can be likened to the job of a bishop who is looking after a whole diocese, or the one of a chief imam who is looking after the entire brethren of that location. The chief imam or the Lord Bishop will see every brethren as people who belong to God and therefore must be treated equally. So my appeal on this occasion is for these people, because from what I'm seeing, the mood of the Senate is to screen you people and clear you people immediately. And that is true because of who you are, because we know you for what you have done. Those who we didn't know before, we have been told that they are good people. Please justify the confidence given to you by the Senate on behalf of all Nigerians for you to go and do a good job. Mr. President, my highly respected colleagues, I will be failing while I am on my feet. And then after everything, I will sit down without saying a word or two about Mrs. Agbamuche. Mr. President, we are proud as Deltans. We do know that at a point in the history of this Senate, not quite long ago, certain things happened. But believe you me, Mrs. Agbamuche has been returned by the President because of who she is. Because of who she is. And by the grace of God, Agbamuche will improve on whatever qualities that we have seen already in her, which has brought her to this level. The President himself having confidence in her. Nigerians having confidence. This is a National Electoral Commission. So service is not just to Delta alone. If Mrs. Agbamuche had any issue, perhaps there would have been a barrage of petitions against her. But behold, there is none from anywhere. So, Mr. President, we thank God for this product of Delta that is before Nigerians. Agbamuche will not disappoint us, and from what I'm seeing about the others, nobody will disappoint us. Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity you are giving to me to speak for this length of time. To God Almighty be the glory. I am very grateful, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. Thank you, Mr. President.
Chief Whip.
President, the order. Thank you, Mr. President. The two speakers, both the Deputy Senate President and the Manager of the Senate, have already said enough. I would like, on behalf of the senators from Abia, to thank President Commander-in-Chief for the honor he has done to Abia State. We are very pleased that our brother Kenneth worked in INEC for 34 years plus. I had no problems with anybody. And Mr. President reposed that confidence in appointing him a national commissioner, which means he did very well. I want to urge my colleagues, as the Deputy Senate President have already said, that the 7 people on the list have no question of integrity or are they capable of doing the job. This is why the committee of INEC, subcommittee of the Senate on INEC, have passed all of them. And I'm very proud of Senator Gaya, the former governor of Kano State, and his committee. And I want to thank all our colleagues. Let this submission be bipartisan. It's not going to be that one section of the aisle supported this position. I want to thank James Manager for coming clearly in supporting the 7 nominees, 7 people we are confirming today, because they are Nigerians. There are none of them there that is not a Nigerian. So I want to thank also the Senate President for their patience in listening to all the grammar they have spoken this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Senator Nicholas Tofomo.
And Mr. Olaniyi Ijalaye, LLM. Both of them are men of standing qualities. And I want to thank the President on behalf of Ondo State for putting the right people in the right place. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Gabriel Suson.
Yeah, Mr. President, I'm Dr. Gabriel Suson, Benue Northeast. Mr. President, I believe that if all the senators are to comment on the report of our colleague, they will be saying the same thing. I've seen out of 18 members of the committee, 14 signed. That is to show an overwhelming majority of approval for the names and the screening. So, Mr. President, I believe that instead of people commenting on individual nominees here, the committee have done a good work. All the committee members, virtually all of them, signed. So, Mr. President, you just put the question. Let us just approve what has been sent here. These are people of integrity, looking at their CVs and looking at their personalities. I don't think it need much argument for us to continue. So let Mr. President just put the question and we pass the nominee as presented by the President, screen and approve by the distinguished committee on INEC, Mr. President. That is my submission.
Thank you very much. Leader of the Senate, Committee of the Whole.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished.
Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Malam Mohammed Haruna from Niger State, representing North Central Zone as National Commissioner? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Malam Mohammed Haruna from Niger State, representing North Central Zone, is hereby confirmed as National Commissioner. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Mrs. May Agbamuche-Mbu from Delta State, representing South Zone, as National Commissioner? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Mrs. May Agbamuche-Mbu from Delta State, representing South Zone, is hereby confirmed as National Commissioner. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Ukeagu Kenneth Nnamdi from Abia State, representing Southeast Zone, as National Commissioner? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Ukeagu Kenneth Nnamdi from Abia State representing Southeast Zone is hereby confirmed as National Commissioner. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Major General A.B. Alkali, retired, from Adamawa State representing Northeast Zone as National Commissioner? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Major General A.B. Alkali, retired, from Adamawa State representing Northeast Zone is hereby confirmed as National Commissioner. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Engineer Professor Rhoda H. Gumus from Bayelsa State representing South-South Zone as National Commissioner? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Engineer Professor Rhoda H. Gumus from Bayelsa State representing South-South Zone is hereby confirmed as National Commissioner. Will the Senate confirm the nomination? Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Sam Olomeku from Ondo State representing Southwest Zone as National Commissioner? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Mr. Sam Olomeku from Ondo State representing Southwest Zone is hereby confirmed as National Commissioner. Will the Senate confirm the nomination? Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Olani Olale Ijalae from Ondo State representing Southwest Zone? No. No. Sorry, please, for the mix-up. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Olani Olale Ijalae from Ondo State as resident Electoral Commissioner? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Olani Olale Ijalae from Ondo State is hereby confirmed as resident Electoral Commissioner. Congratulations to all of them.